Chef Andy from Henry, Tennessee at the Family Table Restaurant, and you're watching Good Day Paris.
Hi, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today on Good Day Paris. I'm your host, Terry Keel.
And I'm Angie Dodd.
We have a fun-filled day planned here at Good Day Paris, and we're so glad you could join us.
So, I'm wondering, did you have a good Valentine's Day?
I did, and I was so good because I didn't touch the chocolate.
Girl,
I'm so committed
great.
to my diet. Yes,
Yes.
that's right. How about you, Ange?
Nope. Parker and Vince brought home chocolate, and I did have some, I will admit. So I enjoyed a little bit, and Parker brought it to me
Well, there you
as
go.
a gift, and then when I ate it, he was like, Mom, what are you doing? I was like, you gave it to me. It was a present. What was I supposed to do? So anyway, we got a little double talk going on at my house.
Oh my goodness. Well, I was tempted, but I had my goody two shoes on and I didn't do it. So
Yes. Very good.
But anyway, well, we all survived those wild storms last night, and I think we had the sirens go off somewhere around 4:30, I'm thinking.
Yes.
I don't remember. I just know that I jumped up and was running. And we grabbed our go bags and headed for the cellar. And we hope everybody out there was safe. And, you know, I was praying for everybody in all our counties, just hoping that nobody had any real issues. We had a real soaker, you know, it was just raining so hard.
Right. I'm impressed that you have a go bag. I think that's wonderful. I do.
Well, I'm a field investigator, so we have go bags for
You
everything.
have go bags. Yeah, I mean, I do. I think
I'm
that's
set
great.
and ready.
I had heard about go bags for the first time whenever we would watch Criminal Minds. Was that the one?
Oh, there you go. See,
Or it was one of those, like it was one of those where they would fly off whenever there would be a crime, and I don't know if it was that one, but
So you had to have a go bag.
They had their go bags. Yeah.
So I have my tornado go bag, and I must say, preparing that little bag and shoving everything also at the last minute into your purse, you know, you're thinking to yourself, so what goes in a go bag? You know, what exactly do you have to take with you when you're in a instantaneous hurry down those stairs to the cellar or wherever your safe place is? You know, what's the most important thing, you know?
Right.
So you just, you know, so I kind of wanted to talk about that, Angie. What do you think?
Okay, let's hear what goes in a go bag.
Okay, well, here we go. And the things that I had chosen are things that weren't on any other go bags. Go figure.
But you needed them.
I needed that stuff. Yeah, I can't live without that
What did the other people suggest?
So this is good stuff to know, and we usually run our little good stuff to know thing before I get going. Are we going to do that? Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Look at that. So there you go. So on good stuff to know, there's 1,000 tornadoes which are recorded in the U.S. every single year, and there's tornado alleys actually in different counties, but there's one huge tornado alley which is Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, and believe it or not, Florida. And so you've got to find a safe space in your house. You've got to do these things previous to having that siren go off. It's something you need to sit down with your family, if you haven't, and make that a priority, because your kids are just not replaceable. The house and everything in it can go, but your family, your pets, they're not replaceable things. So get yourself to sit down and make this happen. And what you need in that go bag is things very simple. Candles, matches, or any type of lighters. Have seating already in place where you're going, so you're not sitting on a floor. Water and snacks, those are things that if you're coming into the season, you may want to do that. Have a little box, a sealed tight box that your snacks can be safely in. And if you have children, any baby or toddler food, buy extra and have it down there, and extra distilled water and things like that, extra diapers, You do want to have a NOAA radio or a really great cell phone that is pre-charged. You do need to have footwear in case there are things that get misshoveled in something like that, and you're not in. A lot of people run down in socks or slippers, but you need a good shoe to get yourself out if there's rubble and things like that. Also, buy yourself an inexpensive shovel, but have a shovel down there. You'll need to have things like that. And protective gear, if the kids have their helmets, take that down. It's always very helpful in case debris is flying, and that can happen. First aid kits should be tucked away someplace safe down wherever you are. If it's a cellar, if it's a bathroom, put it in the tub with you. You need to put things in the tub. I strongly suggest pillows and blankets, and then some people like to bring actually a mattress to put on top of them, because you've got to go to a small place with very few windows or no windows at all. Some necessities, for kids. If you have a cellar, like a coloring book or something like that for them, make sure you also have flashlights and batteries, cell phone chargers, or that pre-power bank charger. Yes. So if you have that, that's really, you got to have it. Otherwise, your cell phones are dead, and that's the end of it. You don't know how long you're going to be down there. You hope only a few hours, but for a lot of people, it can be a lot longer than that.
And I would say a good power bank.
Yeah, a really good
don't
one.
Buy a cheap one. Buy one that you're going to know that it's going to work.
Right, and have it charged.
Exactly.
And any personal docs, get some large plastic bags and put anything personal, like your insurance. You're going to need that. Your cash, your license, and homeowners insurance and things like that, titles to your house, your car, things you'll need in case of a disaster. Be prepared. And like I mentioned earlier, activities for kids, and then some adult distractions. I had my Bible. I grabbed the dogs, the Bible, and things that really mattered to me, and down the cellar stairs we went. Take a deck of cards, have those in a room that you would be in, and whatever your dog or cat might need, whatever types of meds, and make sure you bring your eyeglasses. And after the storm, just in case, don't go out until you have had a clear, because a lot of times one will hit, and an hour or two later something else may come up, and if you come back up, you may have a hard time getting it out. That's why I say have a shovel, have something, and be prepared. So that's just good stuff to know, but this is the season, so we want to be prepared for that.
That's right. And Abigail, this morning, when the sirens went off and when everybody's notification popped up on their cell phones saying that we had a tornado warning, she came banging on our door, showing her phone, Mom, we've got a tornado. So it's really nice, though, in our area, for one, we have an excellent emergency preparedness.
We do.
Our 911 is wonderful, and the fact that we have a siren it's downtown, but I can hear it all the way where I live.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear.
Just outside the city limits. So
and I am downtown, so it was very loud. I jumped out of bed like a piece of toast from the toaster. Banging on doors. Let's go. This is it. So anyway,
Thank you for sharing that.
yeah.
That's good stuff to know.
Good stuff to know on Good Day Paris. And please visit us on YouTube or our Good Day Paris, www.gooddayparis.com. And we'd love to hear from you if you've got anything you'd like to share or make some suggestions for us of things that you might be interested in hearing about in good stuff to know. Let me know, okay? Because I'm open to that.
Yes.
So.
And we have some wonderful women here with us today that I'm excited to introduce you to.
Yes.
And first of all, we have Angela Demaris, and she is the executive director with the Dixie Carter Performing Arts Center in Huntington, Tennessee.
Yes.
So I have always wanted to go there.
Yeah, and we're going to come. We're going to be coming.
Yes,
Me too. Yes,
I am
please.
close,
Right
and I
down
have
the
never
road.
been.
Well,
Yes.
it's a great little venue.
So
It is.
Angela obtained a bachelor's degree in organizational leadership from Bethel University, and since 2022, she has been designated as the executive director at the Dixie Carter Performing Arts Center over in Huntington.
Right.
And before that, she had worked with the Dixie as an administrative assistant as well as the director of operations. Prior to coming to the Dixie, Angela was employed as the house manager and box office assistant at the Off-Broadway Theater and Second Stage Theater in New York City. And notably, Angela has served as a grant panelist for the Tennessee Arts Commission, graduated from the Carroll County Leadership Program, and is the board president for the Carroll County Carl Perkins Center for the Prevention of Child Abuse, which is wonderful. That is a wonderful organization.
That's impressive.
So you are a busy lady.
I am, yes. And I have a 15-year-old, and I'm on the band boosters, and so yes,
wonderful.
lots of stuff.
15-year-old girl and
Yes,
boy?
girl.
Girl, okay.
Yes, teenager, keeping me
Nice.
on my toes.
Yes.
Learning how to drive right now, so watch out. No, she's really good. She's really good. But yes, the Dixie Carter Performing Arts Center is a wonderful venue. I have been there almost since the beginning. It opened in 2005, and I started just a few months after that, just by coincidence, happened to move to Huntington, had experience from New York City, and they immediately hired me, and I worked my way up, as I've done in many places. So I did start out as the box office, and then now the executive director. So
Wow.
I'm super thrilled.
We're going to
actually
ask
get
you a ton of questions.
That's right.
All right, let it happen.
And also, let's say hello to Meagen Maddox with Beauty Sense Med Spa, and she's in Carroll County in Huntington, Tennessee, and we're so excited to have her here with us as well. So let's start with what you do, Angela. I want to just read a little bit about Meagen, and then we'll jump over to you. Meagen Maddox is a native to the Carroll County community, and she attended University of Tennessee at Martin to begin her pre-med education and graduated there with her Bachelor of Science. Meagen then went on to complete her Master's of Medical Science at Bethel University, where she obtained her Physician Assistant's degree with the highest honors. That's awesome. Certifications, she is board certified by the National Commission on Certification of Physician's Assistants and is a member of the American Academy of Physician Assistants, as well as Tennessee Academy of Physician Assistants. If she's not at the med spa, she is enjoying her time with her 3 children and husband, and usually at a baseball field.
Yes.
So do you have 2 boys or a boy and a girl?
2 boys.
2 boys.
10 and 8. Daughter's 4 next month. And actually, I think this is our next weekend is our last weekend at home, and then we're starting baseball, and we'll be doing that every weekend until fall. With 2 of them playing, we never get a weekend off. But
Oh yeah, been there, done
Yes.
that. Mine were soccer freaks.
yes,
So you never know.
Yes.
But and we're going to be doing some really interesting things with you in a little bit.
yes, we are. Got some live
She's going to show us
demonstrations
what
going.
she does and how she does it. She's going to weave her magic right here at Good Day Paris.
That's right.
So Angela, let's get back to you. And so you are on the board of directors over there. And what exactly do you do at Dixie?
Well, I'm the executive director. So what I do is I do the day-to-day operations. I'm the artistic director, so I help pick the artists that we book. We have an academic enrichment center, so we have a lot of instructors and a lot of classes that we offer in pottery, photography. painting, art, just a wide genre of different art creations that everybody can do for children and adults. So it's for
that's
all
nice.
ages and all year long. And
So is that kind of like we have here at the Lee
Yes.
School for the
It
Arts?
is, yes,
Okay,
it is
yeah.
very similar. Yeah, yeah, and we have a really great team. I have a wonderful staff, and we just are able to make magic on that stage every week. I'm always amazed that
So much
Monday
fun.
the stage is empty, and by Saturday night there's a set, there's a band or whatever it is that we have going on, and then we have this audience that will come in, and every audience is different.
Yes.
And it's a job where I don't do the same thing every day.
Yeah, that's nice.
I never
isn't it?
know what's going to happen. I never know what my day is going to be like, and I love that. That just keeps you on your toes. And I'm a big problem solver, so that's part of our job too. I'm sure as you have here, there's always something that comes up, and so
Right.
you got to figure it out, and the show has to go on. And so
Right.
I'm the one that pushes all of that forward and makes it happen and makes it look easy, and just that we enjoy ourselves, and we really do. We have a good time, but it's a lot of work. Hours and hours go into those shows, and
Yes.
they're just creations, and we just really enjoy bringing finest entertainment in Tennessee to our area, and we're in a sweet spot. We're 2 hours from Nashville, 2 hours
Right.
from Memphis, so we can really get artists coming through our area, and we love it. But one of the events that we have coming up, we're super excited about, and it's why I have Meagen here with me today, is Dixie Carter, who we are named after, was popular for her television show, Designing Women. And so that was a show about empowered women. They were running an agency, and so we had that idea where we would have the Designing Women marketplace, and we get vendors and boutiques and all sorts of people come into our building. So we have 3 floors.
Oh, there we have it up on the
shopping
screen.
going on, and we have
Wow.
2 days of experience that you can come on Friday, March 17th, and on Saturday, March 18th. And one of our vendors is going to be Beauty Sense Med Spa. So we're so
We're
excited.
very excited. We were a part of it last year, and the amount of not just women, but people
Yeah.
that came through those doors,
Right.
and the publicity that it provided for all the other vendors there was just amazing.
Yeah, and we still need vendors. So tomorrow is the deadline. So if you are a vendor or if you want to come and join us, we would love for you to apply. You go to our website, dixiepack.net, and you can apply tomorrow by 4 p.m. So you still have a whole day to do it.
You need
we
to
would
do
love
it.
to see you
You
there.
won't regret it.
You have a month until the event, so you can get all your stuff. But we're just really excited. It's female-owned businesses that
how nice.
so it is female, and it's from all over Tennessee. So it's not just in our area. We have people from Jackson. We even
Right.
have a store from Knoxville coming, from Paris, of course.
Yes.
So yeah, we're really excited.
And this can be anything that you do.
Any kind of service
Any type of
that you
service.
provide.
Exactly, service
But
and
and
jewelry.
it has to be women owned?
Yes, it has
Okay.
to be a female-owned business.
Designing Women. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Well,
we're
that's
excited.
wonderful.
Yeah, and tickets, if you want to shop, so we encourage everyone to come do that. If you want to shop, the tickets will start to be available on March the 1st at 10 a.m. And if you get tickets on Friday, you have VIP access. So
Oh, wow.
you'll get a swag bag, and you get to shop before everybody else.
Oh,
so,
how nice.
So I do
We're gonna
encourage
have
you to
to go
come
in.
Friday. Yes.
Yes, we
Make your
are.
plans.
We'll be there. Well, that's wonderful. So now, I know in the past you had done a lot of different things before you got to the Dixie, and you worked for the Dixie as well as an assistant, correct?
Yeah, well, I've started out as a box office assistant. I was hired to be the box office manager eventually. And in the meantime, I was hired as the administrative assistant because there was an opening there. So it was a full-time. And but from that, I was administrative assistant for several years. I want to say 6 or 7. And then I became the director of operations, and that was under
nice.
Lori Neal Nolan was our executive director at that time. And so her and I worked together, and It was a wonderful team, and she is still very close to us, but she left about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and I stayed. So by default, no, I worked really hard to get here, but yes, but I'm just so thankful of all the executive directors that came before me. There was Lee Warren, and then Lori Nolan, and now I'm the third executive director. And we are owned by the town of Huntingdon. So I'm actually the mayor. We have the first female mayor of Huntingdon now, Miss Mayor Nina Smothers.
Oh, how nice.
And so we work under the town. We're a department just like the town, City Hall and Water Department and all that. So, so that's a great incentive that we have. And it's just a wonderful place to work, and it's a wonderful town.
It is.
Our downtown area has all these vibrant shops that are moving in. I mean, it used to be all these empty stores.
Because we opened up a year ago, and the amount of stores and boutiques that have opened up downtown, I think there was like 6.
Yes.
Or if not more, this last year, and yes, and then before that.
And several restaurants are in the area. So our downtown is happening. We've got 3 or 4 Airbnbs that are out now.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's all just right downtown, walking distance.
You can come and spend the whole day. You can come, you can shop, you can eat, you can come
Go
to
to
a
the
show at the
Dixie.
Dixie, and then you can spend the night on the Court Square. That's wonderful. It's a wonderful little area.
I'm so glad to know that, because I know 3 years ago when I went out and was checking out the Huntingdon area, it didn't seem like there was that much going on, but I know of late many people are moving into the area. This is Tennessee. I mean, come on, it's absolutely beautiful here. It's stunning and just wide open and friendly. So people are just loving and accepting, and I think it's just a draw for people that are leaving the colder areas and California and places that are
heavy populations,
overly heavy populations. So this is really nice, and Paris is also getting a lot of that. We're getting so much. Our downtown is just bustling.
I think y'all are having a spring event, aren't you? Having a downtown spring event coming up next week?
Yes, and I mean, I love shopping at our little shops downtown, and there's other new things coming, and we're going to have a guest next week that might be speaking into all of that. So you're going to want to watch us next week. So we have some surprises in store. So, but yeah, there's so much going on here now, and I am so glad to hear that.
And people just want to get out. I mean,
they do.
We're seeing it with our ticket
But
sales.
they like to keep it local too. Really, people want to shop local.
Absolutely.
And you're so close. You're only 30 minutes, right? It's about 30 minutes to Huntingdon. Yeah, and McKinsey is 30, maybe you're 40 minutes, something like that. So it's really a quick trip.
I drive.
The way you drive. Let's hope Josh Fry and nobody in Paris is listening tonight. She was just kidding.
Josh is in Aruba.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, he's not getting me from
we
Aruba.
can say those things. Let me get away with it. The Henry County Police won't say a word, or the sheriff. But so anyway, well, and you're in Huntingdon, and tell me about your amazing spa, because I'm really excited about that.
Oh, wow. If you would have told me 2 years ago when COVID first hit that we would be having a med spa in Huntingdon and I would be owning it with my partner Mallory, I would tell you that you're crazy. But Mallory and I saw an opportunity that there was nothing like that around here. And I mean, let's be honest, every woman wants to age gracefully. And that's what we are all about. We're not making you look like you're 20 again, but to make you look more refreshed and vibrant. And we both agreed that if we were going to do this, we were going to do it right. We had so many people driving to Memphis, to Nashville to get all these procedures done. And then they didn't even know who they were having it done by. And so with us both being local gals, we were like, this is a perfect opportunity for everyone that we know to come to us, feel comfortable coming to us. And I mean, we offer everything you want to get at Memphis or Nashville at one of the med spas, starting with just your basics, your facial, your hydrofacial that you can get with our esthetician, who is fabulous. Everyone says that she's they compare her to people they've had in Jackson, and they always say that she's so much better. And then we do, of course, the neurotoxin, the Botox, and filler. We have laser machines. We have microneedling radio frequency. We have a new machine called Physique that's for body contouring. So I know that's on everybody's mind as swimsuit season is approaching. We do PDO threads. I mean, we spider veins. You name it, we pretty much have it.
Wow, you truly are full service.
We are, yes.
That's awesome.
And I think that's the one thing that everyone has been pleasantly surprised about that. And it can almost even be overwhelming because when you come in for a consult, I have all these tools of the trade that I can do to improve your problem, and then you have to decide. And I think most people don't know that we have that many. Yes, that picture you just saw was my partner Mallory, who's a nurse practitioner and fellow injector with me. She's on the right, and then our cute little esthetician Jaden in the middle of us. We call her our little munchkin.
And yours truly.
yes, our little baby. But
So that's what your
that's
shop looks like.
That's
Beauty
our
Sense.
building. It's right across. We usually say most people know where Mallard's is in Huntington, so across the road from Mallard's will usually get you right to us.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you're so close, and you don't have to go to Nashville.
Right.
Yes.
And, or drive 2 hours, or even Paducah or somewhere else. That's a bigger city.
Well, even going to Jackson nowadays
Yeah.
is really hard to
It is.
get done because most people want to go after work, and it's hard to do that as well. But
Well,
So what seems to be
go ahead.
What seems to be your most popular service that you offer?
I feel like neurotox and Botox is always a starting point for most women because it can be daunting, it can be scary. The thought of a needle makes you, if you've never had anything done, and so once people see that and see such fabulous results with that, then and earn your trust, then I think they're coming in for all the other things. But I will always say Botox and skincare are my absolute necessities for people. Everybody loves a hydrofacial, and then the other things that we offer are just icing on the cake just to help with. Most of them will help with biostimulation, so helping you create your own collagen and elastin. That's what we love to do because then we're working on more permanent measures for you with your skincare, and that way you're not always having to come in for a touch up on filler. But we always like to entice people to do more permanent things for themselves.
Right.
Well, all these different qualifications that you have are quite impressive, and I'm no stranger to a salon. I mean, 15, maybe 18 years ago, actually, I tried a few things, fillers, the Juvederms, and things like that. And I have to just share this. What I love hearing about you is that you're well trained and certified, and you've been doing this for about 2 years.
Right.
And not everybody is as well certified and has all these credentials. And I did run into somebody like that, and they weren't paying attention to what they were doing, and there were at least 6 needles out because I was having several different little things done.
Right.
And Botox was one of them. And she picked up one of the needles and put something in my, I don't know what area, the cheekbone area.
Right.
And it wasn't what was supposed to go there. And so I have a little lump there. And there is absolutely nothing that can be done about that. So when you have somebody who isn't really well trained, like you are, then you have a lot of issues that you've got to deal with. And they can be issues that will last for that person a lifetime.
Right. As you have seen, that's been something that has bothered you. But and we kind of discussed this beforehand. That's why it's very important and we encourage you to have a consult with Mallory or I before coming in for injections, because we want to get to know you, your anatomy, your face, your expectations. Just because you say on the phone to my receptionist you want to have cheek filler doesn't mean that you come in here and I think you're a good candidate, I'm going to do it. It's very good to have that consultation and for me to discuss with you my credentials and what I'm trained in, and and make you feel comfortable, make me feel comfortable. Let us have the same goals
Right.
with aesthetics that we're trying to achieve. Because of course we all see people get way too much
Oh boy.
nowadays.
Yeah.
And I think that's the common complaint. The wife comes in, my husband says I can't do this, my husband says I don't need to look like this. And you know, we pride ourselves that your husband doesn't even notice. He just is one day he's like, you know what, honey, you look really well rested, which you know you're not. But that's the trick with aesthetics, and that's what we pride ourselves on. And the other thing is, you don't just get one training and you're done. Mallory and I are constantly getting more training, constantly working on our skills. I mean, our skills are different today than they were a year ago.
Right.
So we're always trying to improve on that.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Yes.
So, yeah, what inspired you, like, way back in the beginning to even go in this direction?
Oh, God.
Good.
And I know that sounds crazy
that's my
for
favorite
God
answer
and
to hear.
aesthetics, but I was doing family medicine, and I just found that even though I loved it, it was taking me away from my family. Because I'm that type of provider that I always put all my patients first. And I still do in aesthetics, but I can turn it off. But I feel like God has placed, and I think Mallory too, us where we are to help empower women. And we see so many men too. We see so many men and women with self-esteem issues, especially with social media nowadays. I mean, it's going to pick up every little flaw
And
you
the
have,
boom
and
on
you
selfies.
yes, and you just see such beautiful people too, because of the filters, and not everybody's like that.
Yeah.
But we really wanted to stress to people that God made you the way you are, and you are beautiful. You have something to offer.
That's right.
Everybody, and we just want to help enhance that, and your own natural beauty that God gave you. We want to enhance that.
And as you age, you lose some of that too. You know, you're beautiful when you're young, and then
Easily beautiful, right? You cannot do
it's
anything.
a transition journey, from one face to the next. I love that thing I saw on Facebook not too long ago. You had the little girl with her hand up and the grandmother with her hand up, and it says it's a short journey.
Yes.
And it really, really is. I mean, I'm here to tell you, youngins, it's a short journey.
Right.
And the time that we go through these times, our faces are changing. We don't notice it on a daily basis, but after a while, when somebody hasn't seen you in a while, they're like, whoa.
That's probably my number one complaint is, or client is a 60-year-old, mid-60-year-old lady who comes in and just was like, I don't know what has happened to my face. I just feel like I look like I'm mad all the time, but I'm not. I'm so happy. And so, that's our goal, is to help improve that for them and help give them a little bit of vibrancy back. But it is. And so I really try to tell my 30-year-olds, let's start with good skincare. Let's start doing some microneedling, some of those things that are very natural, but just keeping your skin in much better condition so that you age better, and you don't have to play catch up by the time when you're 60.
So much catch up.
Right. Yes. But,
something that you said about God bringing you into this is something that I would love to point out for women to think about. We don't have to, just because we got an education in one area, we don't necessarily, if it's not working for our family, or if we're not happy there, we don't have to feel stuck. Pray about it. Find out, Lord, what can I do? What's the desire of your heart? And it sounded like you wanted that time with your family.
I did.
So there are things out there. Or another thing you can do is maybe change the environment where you work, but don't feel like you have to be. You can influence.
You can
the
pray
place
every day to have that change, and God will work through you to change your environment, of course. But I prayed about it for a long time before we actually opened up, and I think a lot of people thought it probably wouldn't happen, but because I felt like I hit roadblock after roadblock after roadblock trying to find a building and everything else that was happening, but
But that's life, and that's
It
how
is
it
life,
works.
and God still opened doors.
Yeah.
He still made sure that it worked. It was a teaching moment for me to put all my trust into Him at that time.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
you
it
knew
was.
your why.
Right.
And that's what's important with any goals that any of us as women have.
Right.
Weight loss,
Weight
starting
loss.
a new business,
Right.
being more available, whatever for our families. But we've got to know our why. Why do we
Right.
want to do what we're doing? If
Right.
it's something shallow, we're probably not going to stick with it.
Yeah.
And sometimes we forget our why in the middle of the
Of
struggles
course.
that we're going through. But if we
Yeah.
keep our eye on the reason behind what we're doing and keep pushing, keep growing, keep working through the trials, it
Right.
makes us stronger. And I know it's not really what we're talking about, but it is part of what we're talking about. You know, you started in the box office,
Right.
and then you learned everything that was going on
You
in
have
the
that
business where
courage.
you are.
You have that
Yeah.
courage
It does.
to not only
Right.
see the opportunities, but to take them. Because I mean,
Yes.
Right.
imagine all the opportunities that we're seeing every day that we're passing by that we might not be thinking that's not for us or whatever, and you
Just
have to
being scared
You have to
to
just
do
take that
it.
step, and sometimes that's all you have to do, and then you find yourself where you're meant to be or on another path.
And you
Right.
have a
Yeah.
daughter as well, and I think it's important for us as mothers not only to show our sons that they can have a wife that does that, but it's important for us to show our daughters.
Yeah, that they can
Yes.
have it all.
Yes.
They don't have to just be stuck in one thing.
Right.
That we do it all.
We do.
This
We do it all.
generation has it all. You know, I was just thinking that the other day, and you know, going on a diet, since you touched on that, there's a lot of reasons why, and there is a reason. Like for me, it wasn't about looking great. It was about being healthy.
Yes.
When you get to a certain age, health is your number one
It is.
priority because you want to be able to live the life that you're living at this moment, at this age, with as much vibrancy as you can. Because as you do age, you do get a little tired, you know, and yes, and the bags will come and things like that will happen. You might not be really tired, but you might look tired.
Right.
That didn't bother me as much as going upstairs and having a lot of deep breaths because I knew that I've got to be in shape. And the less weight you have on your body, the less weight you have on your knees and your ankles and your back. And so that was important to me.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you brought that up. And doing these things like with the anesthetics and all that you provide, it's not really like I want to be Raquel Welch or somebody, you know, look like
Right.
that. I just simply don't want to look like my grandmother or my great grandmother.
Right.
And we have these
I
things
don't
available.
feel like that. I don't
Yeah.
want to look
You
like
wanna
that.
Look how you feel.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
That inner light
Yes.
needs to shine out.
It does. Yes.
It does. And it helps you get through that. You know, I mean, it is weird. People don't talk about this, but it is weird getting older. And it's so different. And nobody can explain it to you until you personally get there and have these conversations with yourself.
Right.
It's amazing. And I just love it. So did you hear?
Yes. What was your inspiration for getting into theater? And because you're from here, right?
No.
You're-
actually,
okay, you came here later.
I came
Okay.
here 16 years ago. As a young child, I loved, of course, television. And Saturday Night Live was one of my favorite shows. Now, this is back when it was Gilda Radner, Bill Murray,
those were
Chevy,
the good
those
old
days.
days.
Now,
Right.
it's gotten a little raunchy since then.
Yeah.
Back when I was younger,
Yeah.
that was the kind of stuff I liked. And
Yes.
so New York City was always my goal. And so when I graduated, I lived in Tallahassee, Florida when I graduated high school, and I decided to move to New York City on my own. And
Wow.
so I did that at
You're a
17.
brave girl.
I knew one person, and from that person I got an apartment and a job, and I stayed there for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
And I was there for
Bravo.
9/11, and I learned a lot. You know, it was hard to live in a big city like that, but also just free, and I loved it. I'd ride my bike all the time and walk everywhere, and but it wasn't where I wanted. It wasn't where I wanted to have a family. And
Yes,
so in
oh
my
my
mid-20s, I was like, I need to get back to it, and so I moved back to Florida, and we happened to move to Huntington, Tennessee, kind of just randomly. We were just trying to move out of Florida, and the property taxes were very low in this area, and so that kind of brought us here.
Yes.
But I had no idea that Dixie was here until I was here about 3 months, and I saw the marquee, and I was like, stop the car, because I love theater and I love all that. And so I was hired right away and have just loved it ever since.
That is
yeah,
excellent.
I'm definitely just inspired to be there. And the women that I work with, the Dixie team, of course, we have some wonderful men, don't get me wrong, but since we're talking about women, the women that I work with, all my coworkers, we just have the best team, and they inspire me every day because they're just creative, they're fun, they're outgoing, and they're those women that you know, believe in, you know, going after what you want to do and having a happy life. And that's, I think, what we get to do, what we love to do, and we live in a small town, so we get the benefit of all that, that promises. I mean, so it's just, I couldn't be happier. I couldn't love what I do more and love where we are more. It's just a wonderful little area.
What is your favorite part of your job? What do you love the most?
I love when a school bus pulls up and we have 400 kids walk in that door and see, you know, Beauty and the Beast or The Cat in the Hat or Dr. Seuss. And then that's my favorite part. It's just they come in and they talk about Dixie Carter. You know, some of them say they're related to her, or, you know, some of them say they knew her, you know, or they'll come in and say they just love the ballet. This was the best ballet I've ever been to, you know. We just love all they always say something. They come in the building, it's kind of nice, I think, and so they'll tell us it's fancy or it smells nice, or they'll look for the characters that they've seen before. You know, they think Dr. Seuss lives there. They, you know, they think Cinderella is still there. We just had Phantom of the Opera, so, you know. But yeah, that my favorite part is the children and just seeing their faces light up when they're watching that show.
And to be able to bring these kinds of things to them. I still remember watching Peter Pan at the State Theater in St. Petersburg, Florida, which isn't even there anymore. Well, I think it is, but it's something else now. You know, these are memories for them. These are lifetime memories that are just like, oh, wow, look at this place. It's overwhelming, you know. And how wonderful that you're there to love on them. I like to hear that. That's excellent.
What are some good events that are coming up?
Yeah, so we are about halfway through our season. We have already had Lori Morgan, we've had T.G. Shepard. So coming up, we've got Pam Tillis, we've got Mark Broussard. That's a pop-up show that we added. We just started a campaign this week that's called Every Heart Deserves the Arts. And so we have a free concert that is May 6th. It is Ernie Haas and Signature Sound, and they are doing the Decades of Love tour. So it's a love concert, all these love songs. The Dixie wanted to be part of the love, so we created this campaign where in order to get tickets to that free show, you bring us art supplies, and we're going to take those art supplies and we're going to make an art kit, and we're going to give those to the Carl Perkins Center, to clinics, to hospitals, to libraries, churches, anywhere that adults and children might have a need and might need a moment to make some art or something to make them happy or a pick-me-up or, you know.
Wonderful.
So that's what we're going to do with those kits. And so I'm just really excited. We have a lot of art supplies coming in already, and it's also going to be a good concert.
Wow.
So that'll be coming up in May.
That's great.
But yeah, just check our website, check our Facebook. The Dixie is always having events. I mean, I feel like we are busy. There's something every Saturday about. And we're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 4 too. We also have a museum. You can come see it and see Dixie Carter and how Holbrook museum artifacts and stuff.
Oh, we're definitely coming.
Yeah.
That's going to be a day trip for us. That'll be fun.
Yes, it will.
So, and what are you going to do? I know we're going to do some little surprises here now and see. She's going to weave her magic and show us what she does.
Gonna start do a little Botox today.
Oh wow. Okay.
Terry's gonna be first.
I did not know when I got up this morning that we were going to have this experience.
Start with the storm, end with the storm.
There we go.
Okay, well then you do her first. Let's see what that storm entails.
A good one.
Okay, and I probably have to take my glasses off.
Yes.
Okay.
So
right.
Botox itself is probably that, and hydrofacials are the most sought after cosmetic procedures to begin with. Botox usually lasts about 3 to 4 months. You're going to see it fully kick in about 2 weeks, and then that's when we have you come back for any touch-ups, and it will usually, like I said, last about 3 or 4 months, and then most people will come back in and get another round at that point. And it's really good to help diminish fine lines and wrinkles, especially the more that you keep it in your system and keep it going. That way you can really, truly help keep those wrinkles at bay. We also recommend, if you're doing it for a big event, to do it about 4 weeks ahead of time. That way we have time to tweak anything if it needs to be tweaked. So like wedding season's coming up. We actually prefer, if you've got time, to come in and see us about 6 months before the wedding, for sure 3 to 4 months, and then we can get everything situated how you like it, and then we can do another session before the ceremony.
Oh, neat.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, are you okay coming right here? Or would you like to be where
I am a left-handed person. Now we are doing each eye, so I will actually be either adjusting you.
So I'm looking right at you like this. Okay.
Yes, they're little bitty insulin needles. So no people kind of get antsy about needles. They don't even, you don't hardly feel it.
Yeah.
So for her, she has bangs and she has a little bit of forehead wrinkles, but I mean, you can't really see it. So we're not going to address that today. Now, if she wants to, of course we can. But her main concern today was more around the eyes. So I'm going to give her a little brow lift, as well as pop open that corner of the eye. Your eye's very vascular as we go underneath. Hers is more so because of hereditary. So I would probably want to improve the texture of her skin, the collagen of her skin before. I don't think she's a great candidate for tox along the under eye. Now, a lot of people, I do go ahead and tox under their eye, but for her, I'm not going to.
Now, if you're needle freaky, look away. Look away now.
Just know it's not hurting you one bit.
That's right.
So you should be okay.
Yeah. I think I'll survive.
Okay.
And I'll be still.
Thank you. I always appreciate a still patient. One little poke.
I didn't even feel that.
One little poke.
Tiny needle.
And then one little poke. And she'll have just a little bit of what I call a wheel right afterwards, and that will last for 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, I do remember those.
Yeah, and normally we will tell you not to sweat for about 4 hours afterwards.
Oh, don't worry, I won't.
So I also say you can't, I tell a lot of my women you can't cook, you can't clean, you can't do laundry, none of that stuff right after a procedure.
You need to be pampered, right?
That's right.
And I'll turn away.
You hear that, Kevin?
What did he say?
I said you can't cook or clean after a procedure as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna.
Well, it was in the bylaws.
There you go.
So she is done. Woohoo! See how simple?
Oh my goodness. Seriously. That was, mosquito bites are worse than that.
Then I just do a little blot to make sure.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
So
Thank
she
you.
is
Wow,
done.
wonderful.
Nice.
Wow. She's like, oh no, now me. Oh no. Well, hey, you know, I'm not giving my age away, but I'm not 60 anymore. Okay.
Right.
So, you know.
All right, I'm just going to change my gloves.
Well, I've had friends that have had Botox, and I have a friend who does Botox that works with Dr. Evans, actually, and but I've never really thought about having it done myself. But since I have this opportunity, I thought, well,
And that's why for you, we're also, since you haven't done it before, we're just going to kind of
Should I
keep you.
switch with her?
With me being left-handed, if Angela doesn't mind, I'm just going to
Yeah, okay.
slip in right here. Okay, so her area, she's gorgeous, like
I'm going to put
Terry.
ashes over
So we're just going to treat today just a little we call it those 11s.
My 11s.
Yes.
What
Those
are
little
11s?
11s. When she frowns, she'll have that makeup kind of sit right there. So you can see you've got one muscle here and then another set of muscles
She's
there.
so beautiful.
Yes.
I see her as perfect.
She is. She is
Sweet.
I do.
pretty perfect. But this will
Love
help.
covers a multitude of sins.
That's right. That's right.
This will help her makeup not sit in those areas.
Yeah.
So she'll really like that.
I can tease with her like that. It's okay.
Of course.
I'm older.
Okay. Little poke.
You're very gentle, and I
So
must
how
say
was
that
that?
is a big plus.
Just fine.
And then little touch.
Yeah, she's a nurse herself, so she's always messing with needles and all that fun stuff. I won't make her laugh. I don't want to make her laugh.
Frown for me. Perfect. Relax. Okay.
Interesting.
And then
Oh, you
one
want me to
more. Yep, you're good. Frown
get
again.
out of your way?
Face me a little bit.
sorry.
There we go. There, I see it. All done. See?
Okay.
Look at you, girl. Get you kind of cleaned up.
It's like a mosquito bite.
Yeah.
And you'll just notice over the next few days, you'll try to do that frown. And you'll be like, oh, nothing's moving.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
You feel it right away? You already feel like
No.
No.
it takes a little bit?
Some people, when I do a lip, they'll say that they do. It's just more of the volume of the saline.
Well, the lips are a little different, and they're definitely more sensitive than the rest of the rest of the
Yes.
face. Yeah.
That's a commonplace, though, when a
Yes,
woman wants,
right.
they don't want filler, but they want a little more top lip.
Have you done anything on yours?
Girl,
They're
I
beautiful.
have done.
No, they're absolutely gorgeous.
And I don't mind telling my secrets because I have to. I have
That's a
to.
really good job, and
Thank
I know
you.
I'm you know I've seen other
See 'em.
jobs.
Yes, they just got actually touched up about a week ago.
Oh
So.
wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, you know, some people get it and it just does not look good. And you know what I want to say to those people? Stop now.
Yes.
Don't do any more.
We don't want those duck lips or anything
No,
unnatural.
please stop now. I did have a girlfriend who was obsessed, and she always felt like she had to do more. But you really
But that's
don't.
when your injector says no.
That's yes, yes. And you have to go to an injector who will say no.
Right.
You know, you can't go to somebody
You have
that
to
is just
have-
looking for your money and is not really concerned
Exactly.
about you as a female, as a person, as a
To
human.
have their
Yeah.
the person's best interest.
Integrity has to play a big part of this.
Yes.
You know. So yes, well, thank you. That was so much
you.
fun, and I hope
So nice.
all of you.
And it's
folks
so quick, you know. Doesn't take.
So
Doesn't take
if I'm frowning at work tomorrow, she tells me to.
She's just making it activate faster is what she's doing, trying to make it kick in.
Thank y'all for being willing to do that.
Yeah.
We'll get her next time.
Anything else you want to share?
This has been great. Thank y'all so much for having us.
Yeah.
This was a thrill. I hadn't heard about Good Day Paris, so
Oh,
I'm glad
no.
to know about it now, and we can definitely broadcast this a
And
little
if
bit
you
more.
have
Thank
any
you.
ideas of people that you think would be good to share who they are and what they do, then just let us know. So
Yeah, and we'll be back. Maybe we'll be here next year because I do want to do Designing Women to Market again. This
That's
is our
right.
second year, and we plan to continue it.
I'm
I think it's
excited
going to be
for it.
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yes.
information is up on the screen, so take a
Wonderful.
look there at the Dixie Designing Women Curated Market. Doesn't that look like fun?
It sure
And
does.
I will definitely be there. I have to check my calendar at home. As long as I have no speaking, I'll be there.
as long as I don't have travel soccer,
Yeah.
I'm afraid travel soccer's coming.
Yes, and of course we always thank the Tennessee Arts Commission, and we do encourage everyone to get a Tennessee Arts plate.
Oh, cool.
Specialty license plates. If you didn't know, the money that goes into that actually funds arts in our state of Tennessee, and we're one of the only states that does that. So,
Oh, we absolutely need to do that, folks.
Yeah.
We
That
looks
need
great.
to. Yes, absolutely. And even here in Paris, we have the Paris Academy for the Arts. It used to be the Lee School, but they did change the name. And so the Paris Academy of the Arts, and they do so much here. There are so many talented
Oh, yeah,
folk
Paris
here.
is
It's
very
unbelievable.
art- yeah, I love
You
it.
know, but all of Tennessee is just loaded with very, very talented people.
It's true.
You know, I didn't see that so much when I lived in Florida because that's a vacation capital. So people are coming in and going out.
Yeah.
You know, it's that ebb and that flow. But here, everybody is firmly planted. And I will say, everybody knows everybody. Except me. I'm like, I don't know anybody, you know. I'm still trying to meet people. It's crazy when you get here as a newbie, you know.
So our downtown is beautiful. Your downtown,
yeah.
saying is beautiful. We can just visit each other's places and
Yeah, I come here all the time. Yeah.
Too.
Right.
But we have a lot of people from Paris who come downtown to ours.
Yeah.
I think we can really feed off each other.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I agree. Support each other.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we have a female mayor here as well. She had to cancel. She was going to be on with us today, but unfortunately, she had to go to a funeral. So we hope to get her back on.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and Megan's information, we're going to put it up once again. There it is. Beauty Sense
You can
DSPA.
look at our website for all of our services that we offer, as well as you can book online there. And then we always post a lot of our before and afters as well on our Facebook and Instagram.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes,
and I
thank
just
y'all.
want to thank everybody else that is a part of Good Day Paris, people who come and volunteer their time. We are so grateful for all that you do for us. And if you would like to get in touch with us, if you're out there and you'd like to be a part of the show, please do so. Go to www.gooddayparis.com, send us an email, and we read every email. And thank you all of you that are communicating with us and sending us things. We appreciate so much, and we will see you next week. Next week we have a really special show planned, and we'll have a musical guest. We didn't this week because we had all of this going on, but we will have a female singer coming, and she is somebody that you may know. You may have heard her sing. She is with a group called the Black Eyed Susans, but she's going to be coming here. I'm sure you've all heard them. They are amazing. They're really, really gifted women. And she'll be here by herself. Her name is Melanie A. Davis. She'll be our musical female vocalist and musician next week. And also Janice Lynn Yeoman of the Family Table will be here, and we so look forward to that. We just love Chef Andy and that Family Table.
I can't wait to hear
my
about the
goodness.
goats.
I know. I mean, we try to go as often as we can, you know. So yeah.
She birthed goats.
She
A lot of
births
times she
goats.
was supposed to be here,
Yeah.
and that's why she couldn't be
The
here.
goat went into labor and had the babies right then when she was to be here. So I want to see pictures, Janice Lynn. I want pictures of the goats. And so, and then we have some other folks that are going to be on, and those are little surprises. So stay tuned. Watch us on Facebook. You can go to YouTube or on Facebook and watch our past shows. And thank you so much for being a part of us here. And thank you both so much for
thank
being
you for
here.
being
What
here.
a wonderful opportunity and fun time this has been to hear about everything you guys do.
Thank you. We've enjoyed it.
Thank you, Angie. I'm so glad that you could be here
I'm so glad I
tonight.
could come too. We thought that I couldn't. My daughter was supposed to have dental surgery today.
Oh, my
And then it didn't happen. So anyway, I was able to be here.
Yes, I know, and I was very grateful to the Lord.
Me too. I'm happy that
He's
I
so
got
good to
come.
me. I'm like, she's taking the night off? No. Lord. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week on Good Day Paris. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.